Hi everyone, welcome back to the Budget Life UK. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. This is kind of a different setup, and that's because I will be rejigging my categories around, my binders, my budget, and I'm just going to talk through that just so that going forwards, there's no confusion. I was meant to make a back-to-back video, guys, but I was only able to make the last video. I did mention in there that I'm going to make another video, but yeah, I ran out of time, so I've had time today to sit down and I can just talk you through it. Now, I have used this method before, the one that I'm going to use. It's the rollover / snowball method, and this particularly works for me when most of my binders are full with money. And I think last year when I did it, I was midway, but obviously this time it's taken longer. I'm towards the end of the year now, and it's because I ended up spending a lot. Oh, I can't even talk today, guys. I'm a little shaky because I went to the gym and I've been lifting weights, and it was my leg day yesterday, and today I've lifted way too many weights. I think I was there for like 2 hours, but I wasn't lifting weight for 2 hours, honestly. But yeah, I feel a little shaky, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what's happened to my mouth. Why is my mouth all over the place? But anywho, it's having a little effect on me. Anywho, I want to get this video done. So the first things first is I need to show you this sheet. I don't know whether I've shown this before, actually. So this is one that I made myself. And I needed, like, I've got budget books. I've got the whole lot, but I needed to make one that is more catered to me. So before I do this, I need to do a bit of rejigging about. I've got this sheet here. And if you have been following me from last year, or you've seen the last year's video, you will see, oh, just a minute. I am so sorry, I had to go get the door. Right, so this is a yearly plan that I've had. And I used this last year just to like pen out how much money I think is coming in, just to kind of like, it's kind of like an estimate. So how much money is coming in, where I intend to put it, and how much money is going to roll over. So it's kind of like a rollover method. So I won't be using, I mean, the majority of the money I'll be using for this month in December. I'm going to properly start it. I'm going to properly start it in January, and I want to get the ball rolling now. So that's why, yeah, you'll see once I do it. And then in January, obviously, I won't be cash stuffing the whole money. I'll leave it in my account and let it roll over and roll over and roll over. But yeah, if you want to see more of what I mean, then you can check that video. I'll link it below in the description box. But yeah, this only works for me when, like I said, most of my envelopes have got a lot of money in. And I did this last year to fund 2k into my emergency fund, 1.5k in my car maintenance, and I think I needed about 800 in my family fund folder. So I was only focusing on 3 categories and just chucking all the money in. So anywho, let's put this to the side. We'll need it in a while. I've got my placeholders ready here because obviously I need to condense as well. So the first things we're going to start with, this binder just does not want to stay as usual. So first thing I'm going to do is, let's see if that's in shot. Yes. So self-care. Now this is staying because I tend to spend a lot from here. However, I do need to pull all this money out. That can now go. I'm going to replace this with another one, which is over here, one I prepared earlier. So this has 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. Did that count that right? I'm sure I had 125. You know what? This is the one that has 2 £5 notes that are always stuck together. Maybe that's why. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yeah, they are. Look at them. Stuck together. 1. I'm going to split them up. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Goodness me, they're not sticky or anything, so I don't know why they're sticking together. So we've got £125 there. However, this is all going to disappear because I have booked in for my hair appointment and my waxing appointment. And yeah, that's all going to go because I'm getting a full head colour this time. Because goodness me, my hair needs it. So that is now going to disappear. I'm going to take that out because I've got my appointment booked next week. So now, as you can see, self-care has got nothing in it. Except it will. I'm going to leave that out because we're going to come back to it. Pretty Things has got, it should have £200. I didn't update that. That can go now as well. And we are going to bring a new one out. So in Pretty Things, we've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200. So 200 in Pretty Things. Now, the idea is to have all my essentials together. Now, you might be thinking, huh, what's going on? So what I've decided to do is self-care, Pretty Things, clothes, and school is all going to the bank in one big pot. Now, or actually, let me show you what I'm doing first and then you'll understand. So what I'm going to do is, let's put these to the side. I can bring them out after. I'm taking out £200 from Pretty Things. Clothes has got the exact same amount in, and I'm going to do what I've done to Pretty Things. Take that out. I'll be using a new one. This has got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82. That's another 200. So now we've got £400 altogether. I'm going to put that together over here. Then we've got back to school. And again, take that tracker out because I'll be using a new one. This has got 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. Oh, I should just split them up. Oh, do you know what? Let me just sort this out because it's going to be... Oh, where's that 10 gone? That's all 20s, 10s. Okay. So all together now, that's 2, 4, 6, 600. Are you still with me? That's £600 altogether now. I'm not going to count that again because my hands are still shaky. Right, this is health. And this should have the same amount in. I'm going to take that tracker out. And we've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. Again, we've got £200 in here. Now with health, I'm going to restart this again because this money is getting rejigged about. So basically, I need to get my money to work for me. So what I've decided to do is take out all the money from health and I'm going to bung it in with these 4 categories. What's important to me right now is self-care, Pretty Things, clothes, and back to school. These are my essentials. Health is mainly to do with dental work or any vitamins and stuff, and that will get restarted again. I don't need the money in it just yet. And to put £200 in it and not be using it, I thought might as well make that money work for me. So it's going in with these 4 categories. I hope you're still with me. And the final one that's getting rejigged is home. And let me take that tracker out. Oh, I don't know why I'm taking that tracker out, actually. Home is gonna... Oh, actually, never mind. I'll use another one. Ignore me. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 92. So 200 in here. That should now be... Oh, did I count the health? Yeah, 6, 7, 8. That was £800. Add another 2 is 1,000. So now I have got £1,000 here. Ta-da! I can never make a fan. So I am not going to count this because it's going to be a mammoth task. We've counted 200s in all 6 categories. All 6, was it? 4, 5, 6, yeah. 6 categories. That's £1,000 coming out and going into my Monzo pot. So I'm just going to put in there December. We're not quite in December, but that's when we're starting off. And I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to put £250 is what we are going to start off with in self-care. Now, they are not going to be put in separate pots. I'm going to do the same for this. It's going all in one pot as £1,000. Now, the reason I'm putting these back in is because every time I use money from self-care, pretty things, clothes, or even school, I'll pull it out from there and I'll update it on here. So what that means is, for example, if I need to use money for clothes and say I pull out £50 and I spend £50 on clothes, I can then look at my spreadsheet or whatever it is that I've got, and I know that I've got £50 less now. So instead of 1,000, I've got £950. So if I've got £950 in my Monzo pot and I know I've spent £50 on clothes, for the following week or the next month, I will then cash stuff that £50 back in and make it a whole £1,000 again. And what that means is then that all the categories have got their balance full. It's basically me topping it up all the time. Now, I've seen a couple of budgeters do it. I've been watching Dear Debt, and yeah, I absolutely love the way she does her budgeting. I mean, I thought I was very minimal. Hers is much more minimal than me, and I just absolutely love the way she does it. Rebecca from Abundant Budgets does the same thing. She has a whole £500 in one like pot, and then she shows it on a spreadsheet where £100 is for clothes, 100 is for, I don't know, something else. I can't remember from the top of my head, but she's got like 100 each for like all these different categories. And then every time it takes a dip, she knows she has to put it back up to 500 again, if that makes sense. And that's basically it. Now, home is a different story. Only because I did say that the 10K that I'm using here, the 10K binder, the second batch, is going to be used for home. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this one here. I might cash stuff in here. I might just carry on with a 10K binder, because once I have £1,000 in my 10K, now that I'm restarting it again, that 1,000 is going to go in for my home maintenance, and then another 1,000, once I've got that will go towards my garden. Then I'll have another 1,000 and that will go towards my appliances, etc, etc. And that's the way I'm hoping to do it. Just checking to see if I'm recording. Yeah. And then the rest of it is actually staying the same. So I'm just going to condense this down. So car maintenance has got 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 96. £600 I'm going to take out and put it with here, in here. And I should have a £600 placeholder. So that's £600 going into my Monzo pot for car. Family fun I'm going to leave as it is. That's currently got 300, and our Christmas break is coming up, so we shall be using it then. This one, right, mind your ears. Take this out because it's going in my challenges. And guys, I've spent another £5 from here because my daughter wanted it for oh, I can't remember, something's happening in school. I don't know what it was. So she took out I took £5 out from here and gave it to her. This 5 I am going to put it somewhere else. So let's leave it at the back there. And this is going into my challenges, so we're going to leave that to the side. Rainy day has got 150. That's staying the same. I'm not condensing that. I'm leaving that as it is. And yeah, that's all it is. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to move on quickly to this binder here. Right. So in this one, this is getting a bit of a shake up. So mind your ears again. This is coming out. Right, gifts is now fully funded. So what I'm going to do, well, for the time being, it's got £50. I don't think I need more than £50 unless it's a wedding coming up, which I will cash stuff £100. But at the minute, it's got £50. I've got nothing coming up for anyone at all. I'm going to put this in this binder here in a minute. Now, Birthday Girl is going to get fully funded my first cash stuffing, not first cash stuffing, for the cash stuffing of December. So I'm going to fully fund this, and then these I'm just going to fund them as and when. So I don't need anything in Mum and Dad until February. So what I'll do is once I get to February, so I'll just show you on my sheet. Where's it gone? So once we get to, oh, let me take that out. Once we get to Feb, I'll be writing down how much money has come in, and then I'll be taking out money for my fuel, etc., whatever I need, my cash envelopes, and then once I do my sinking funds, that's when I'll put that whole £200 in. It's just going to happen where I just bung the whole £200 in on that time. And like I said, I've done this before where I will do it for whatever occasions are coming. So Mum and Dad is going to, I'm going to take £200 out in February, and then whatever's left over is going to get rolled over. And then I think the next one is in Feb again, that's £100. And then I don't have any birthdays till, well, basically summer, July. So that's July, that's August, that's November, that's December, that's 2026 in January, and Feb 2026. So I'm just going to basically do a cash flow system. That's what it is. Where in July, when the next occasion is, I'm just going to take that money out and just put it in. Same with August, same with December. Hope that makes sense. But like I said, you can refer to my other video just to see it in motion, the plan in action. So yeah, so you might not see this binder actually, or you might do as and when I do it. So I'm just going to put these in, and then I'll show you my sheet. Right guys, I need to quickly condense my holiday savings binder. I did have 600, a placeholder, but I think I've got 20, 40, 60, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I'm going to leave 20, 40, 50 in here. And this 100, I'm going to take to the bank and replace this with 700. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's use the one that's card. So that one I'm going to keep separate on the other side. Oh no, do you know what? Let's just bung it in there. So we should have 700, 20, 40, 50. 750 in there now. And I think the only other one that I need to condense is... Oh God, come on. What on earth? I'm telling you guys, my hands and arms are not normal. What's going on? I think I lifted heavier weights today. That's why. Right, that's done. And we can move on to our 10K. Right, 10K binder. So we have got 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 93. So I'm going to take 20, 40, 50 out. That's £250 from my 10K. And then I've got 20, 40, put this back in. What on earth? What a palaver. I'll sort that out after. 20, 40, 50 is going back in here. And then I can put the 250 placeholder. And honestly, this is from Stacey Budgets. What a generous load of £250. 250 pound? 250, yeah, 250 pound placeholders. So they're all the same, they're all like this. And every time, oh, that zip keeps coming off. So what I'm going to do is, the first one here is getting that 250. Brilliant. So that is now condensed. Right, guys. Oh, blooper. Right, I had to just make some space just to show you what I'm doing. So we have got, for the month of November, it's going to be £2,699.34. I say we're going to, like I've got the money. Anywho. So 2,699.34. And I've already put the bills in. So my phone is £10, dentist £14.55. I pay like a monthly fee, and that gets me one checkup and one appointment with a dental hygienist. And then obviously the rest of it is if I need any work doing, then I have to pay extra for that, if that makes sense. My daughter's martial arts is £38, council tax £123.50, a bill fee that I pay £90, car finance £366.99, and then help to save is £100, which is £50 for my husband, £50 for me, and that's £743.04. So I'm just going to take that away, and we've got 1956. I'm just going to write that down. £1,956.30. Now I have already pre-filled this part in. So self-care, pretty things, clothes and school. This will already be on my sheet every single time. So the amount in here, £1,000. And I'm just going to star that because that total won't reflect here. This is over here. So every month when I sit down to budget, this is what I'll be reflecting on separately. I made a separate box there just so that I can look and see how much I have. So for example, next month, if I check into my account, instead of that 1,000, I've got, I don't know, £950, and I've spent £50 in one of these categories. I know that I need to replace that £50 in here. The total will say £950 in here. And then at least when I sit down on budget, where's my sheet gone? And I start to write out anything for January, I can say £50 to be replaced and put in self-care over here. So I hope that makes sense. You'll see it, once you see it in motion, you'll make sense of it. I mean, it makes sense to me anyway. So this is separate from all this. This is a separate budgeting on its own. And obviously I'll keep my eye on it and see when I'm dipping into my funds and what needs replacing when. And like I said, I've only been able to do this because I had majority of the money there. That's what I hate about having my money just sit around. Like I want it to work for me. And I think this just works out perfectly. So we move on to our cash envelopes, and now this has dwindled down quite a bit because I normally have fuel, spend for me, kids, and then miscellaneous, and this is all changing completely. So for the month of December, I've given myself 150. I normally give £160. But because it's the Christmas break, I don't know what we're doing, if we're going to be using the car as often, so yeah, we're just sticking with £150 for now. Now, the only category that's staying is miscellaneous. Now, this is a huge one, huge one, because it replaces spending, it replaces kids, it even replaces miscellaneous. For example, if I was giving myself £40 for the month and the kids were getting £40 for the month, that's £80. Miscellaneous usually used to get £40 as well. It all add, but basically putting them in different categories, it just didn't make sense to me. So this is getting a big fat 200. And you might be thinking, that's a lot of money, but I don't know what it is, guys. I am just wired so differently. I believe that if I have a lot of money in my purse, I don't tend to spend it as much. I don't know why that is. Maybe just seeing that money and thinking, oh, I need to save it. I don't know what it is. I told you, I'm just wired very differently. So £200 is going to go in there. But this is where it all kicks in. Because it's miscellaneous, it can be used for anything. Giving myself a budget of £200 a month because I don't want to restrict myself. I find that for the past couple of months, I have been restricting myself quite a lot. And it's always a case of looking in my purse and thinking, oh, I don't want to spend this. I want to use it for my challenges. I've got less challenges anyway, and I've got less money to put towards it. And it's kind of like a ticking thing, like where you just, I don't know, it's always at the back of my mind. And I thought, I need to change that. So I'm giving myself £200. And that covers everything for the kids, for me, any miscellaneous. It covers all our spending. It could even cover some of our toiletries, which I've bunged in with self-care. But basically, it's what bits and bobs here and there. And I want to see how that works for us. So that 200 is coming out as well. So we are left with, try not to get my face in there because, yeah, that's why I have to tilt it. £1,606.30. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to put that down. So that's £350 going in there. Now, sinking funds. This will be different every single time, depending on... Oh, where's my sheet gun? Depending on what... depending on what needs cash stuffing, basically. So I hope that makes sense. So the first thing that... well, the one that I want to really get done is my car. Honestly, I am absolutely sick of it. And I've done this before, so please don't let this shock you. This is getting £1,000. Because currently I've got £600 in there. I need another 1,000 in there and I can close it off and not think about it till about June time, you know. And yeah, it's just getting that £1,000. I'm sick to death of it. I want to get rid of it, put it in my Monzo and not even think about my car, because this is all to do with my road tax, MOT service, what else is there? And insurance. That's what it is. So yeah, that might seem like a lot to put in for a month, but because all my other categories are quite healthy, I figured let's just close it off. So 1,000 is going in there. The next one that I really want to close off is the one that I said in my occasions, which is birthday girl. And then obviously in my occasions binder, nothing else is getting cash stuffed until the time comes. For example, I think the next one I said was in Feb. So that'll get cash stuffed then. I only need another £120 to go in there. So we're sticking with 120 and then that gets closed off. And yeah, I don't need to touch my occasions binder after that. After that, we move on to our holiday savings binder, and that is getting £250. Now my 10k I'm not cash stuffing in this budget. I'm going to restart that again in January, and you'll see basically what I'm going to do is cash stuff the majority of it in my 10k, because I really want to get my home fund done. So this is all that's getting cash stuffed. So we've taken away 1,000. Let's do 120 and 250. We have got £236 and 30 pence left. Now I do need to take out £80, by the way, because I ended up buying to both my children a coat, because their coats are completely messed up. They've had it over a year. I got coats, really expensive coats, winter coats from Monsoon, and you'd think they'd be really good, but the zip kept getting stuck. Even dresses, I find, when I buy them from Monsoon, the zips get stuck all the time. So anywho, their coats were messed up, so I've bought them more coats, and I got a hat as well. It cost me £80. So that I'm just taking, oh, wait a minute. What have I done? Take 80. I should have put that in before. So we've got £156 and 30 pence. Now what I'm going to do is take 155 from there, and we're left with £1.30. Yeah, £1.30. Now this £1.30 is going in my buffer account, because every pennies and pounds, like I said, I don't do pound coins or pennies on this channel because yeah, I just can't deal with that kind of change. So I bung it into my buffer, and then it adds up. And then once it gets to £50, I can withdraw it. I'll see if I can put a screenshot up. So that's just what my rollover money just going in, just adding up. It soon adds up, guys, honestly. So this £155, I'm going to leave it there for the time being, because I've realised I have got £145 in my knockout 9 that I need to reallocate. So if I do, actually, if I do 155 and 145, wow, okay, that's £300. That £300, I still need to budget. I don't know where to put it. I might put it in rainy day. If I just put, oh, I don't know whether I don't want to ruin this. I'll see. I mean, £155 I might put in rainy day. I might even put in my 10k actually, because 10k didn't get anything for this month, for the month of December. I might put it in my 10k along with the £145 from Knockout 9, because that's £300 going in. I might just put it in rainy day, but we'll see when we get to it. But yeah, that's my whole budget for December. My January one is going to look similar to this. And like I said, this is how it's going to work for me. Just for a while. It's not permanent, but obviously I'll go back to cash stuffing regularly how I used to. each of my envelopes getting anything. But because they're all full, well, looking full, there's no point in me cash stuffing it. And that is why I chose the minimalist route for my categories, because although I love watching channels where they have loads of categories and they have so much going on, I can't do that because this is the way I see it. That's how my brain works. So at the end of the month, what I'll do is I've made this sheet as well. It's a monthly update. So I'll put all the categories. I don't know why I've put budget on. Maybe it's what I budgeted and what I spent, the difference and what's left in it. And then I can condense it. And then I'll see where I'm up to. So yeah, going forwards, that's what I'm hoping to do. I'm pretty excited about this new budget. I do think that this is really going to work. So yeah, any questions anyways, please do let me know. If you want to see how it's going to pan out, I mean, stick around, subscribe, you know the whole gist. But if not, then you can refer to, I think it's May 2023 is what the video is. I'll see if I can link it in. But before I go, actually, let me put this £5 in because, oh, can't reach it. I'm going to forget. So, do you know what I should do, actually? I should just leave it in here. Because I put it in here, by the way. So categories, activities has gone in there. It's not activities anymore. It's just a challenge, just like this. And yeah, that's it. I need to, like I said, I'll reallocate that next week in my December cash stuffing, and I'm going to bring back rock, paper, scissors as well. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it makes sense. It does make sense, honestly. I wouldn't do this if it hadn't worked before. The first time I did it, it worked. Honestly, I ended up with getting 2k in my emergency fund within 3 months. And I'm hoping, like, for example, if I didn't have to put that £1,000 in cart, imagine I'm going to have that £1,000 extra in January. When I budget, I won't be budgeting 1,000 in car again. I'll have that to budget in either my 10k or like any other fund. So this is what I want to do. This is how I want to see it. So this is separate. That I'm going to monitor on its own. Bills, obviously, they come out. I'll leave that money in. It's only going to be fuel and miscellaneous for my variables, for my cash envelopes. And sinking funds, all I'm going to do is take this, have a flip through, and see what needs replacing and what needs adjusting, what needs putting in, where do I need to put more money in. That'll be fully funded anyway. And then I'll just be looking to see which envelope needs more money. And then I'll budget according to that, and whatever money is left over, because I've only got a few categories, the rest of that money will either roll over or go into my 10k. So yeah, any questions, please do let me know in the comments below. Please don't fall. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please do give me a like, and I will see you in my next video, which is going to be the cash stuffing one. And until then, guys, stay happy, stay positive, and be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.